There's a few XLs in there, but mostly minis. But I've got all of these wristlets to still finish up. Quite a bargain. Oh, it's so soft and so like squishy. Doing this, then doing this, then doing this. I did not get you from B&M. Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Megan and I'm the owner of a small business called Fauna. And I mostly make and sell scrunchies and macrame, but I do loads of other goodies like keychains, glassware, fun things. And I'm basically using the whole month of August to play catch up and get on top of everything that I'm behind on, as well as try and prep for all the seasons ahead. So Christmas, autumn, winter, that whole crazy shebang that small businesses have to prepare for. So that is what I'm currently doing. My plan was to start this vlog on Friday. It's currently Sunday, but just life got in the way. Things kept going wrong, so I haven't really been able to film that much, but I did take a few clips here and there which I will pop in a minute. But today is just going to be a nice chilled video. I've not taken this weekend off, but I kind of have. I've been doing a bunch of other things as well as small business stuff, but I am going to be heading out shortly just to go on a little bit of a mooch. I've got quite a few errands to run, but I did parcel up the lovely Harper's order. So Harper, thank you so much. I did record it, so I'm going to pop that in shortly. And then yesterday I did a mix of tidying and organising the office, which currently has ended up messy again because I was sewing yesterday, and anytime I sew or make anything it ends up messy, but it's not that bad. And then I spent the late afternoon and evening sewing, so I'll pop these clips in here and I'll catch you guys in a second. So I did end up doing quite a bit of sewing yesterday, but I didn't actually sit down and get my sewing machine out until like 4 p.m. I did sew into the evening. So I've got a few strips here that already have the starting stitch and they've got the labels already sewn in. So I need to finish those off. And then I've got a big bag here of scrunchies that I've been working on. It's a really glamorous Lidl food shopping bag because it's new. I bought it the other day. Thought, do you know what? That's actually a good size to hold some scrunchies in. So I've got a bunch of cotton tubes here made up. So there's my Miley, my Alicia, my Clover. I think that's it. There's a few XLs in there, but mostly minis. And then in the last vlog, I had a bunch of pattern scrunchies that I hadn't finished up. And I really wanted to get them done that day and I didn't. And I haven't touched them since, but I managed to get all those done. So they're just there at the bottom. And you may be able to see there is some of the new collection in here. I do have to trim all the threads, but I'm going to show you a little look at the autumn collection that's going to be coming. I should probably trim these down, but this is one of the patterns that is going to be coming. It does already have a name, which is really exciting, but it's a purple pink vintage style floral. I think there's some yellows in there as well. And I have already started the wristlets. You may have seen these in, is it last week's vlog? Maybe the week before. But this is one of the patterns. I think it's so pretty. So I've got all of these wristlets to still finish up. I might get started on these later on today. And I've got a couple more of the prints for the next collection here because they arrived yesterday, which is really exciting. This one is a gorgeous autumnal print. It's kind of like a browny burgundy background and then it's got gorgeous ferns, flowers, leaves all over it, which are like a burnt orange, browns, all your autumnal colours. So I've got this one. This is going to be wristlets and mini scrunchies. It's quite a thicker cotton, it's quite heavy, so I don't know if I'm going to do XLs in this. And then I've got my first gingham fabric. I love gingham print, but it also reminds me of summer dresses we used to have to wear in primary school. I'm not sure if this is a thing like all over the place because I know in America you guys wear like your own clothes, but in the UK we had school uniforms and your summer dress was different to your winter dress, and pretty much every school had a summer dress in a gingham print. Ours were blue colours, so anytime I see gingham it just reminds me of that. But we've got this gorgeous dark brown and white gingham fabric. It's really pretty. So this is probably going to be XLs and minis. So there's your first look at some of the autumn collection. I do need to get a wriggle on. I do need to get organised, finish up the collection, decide a date, get it marketed, get the photos taken, loads of things to do. But I've got a couple more things to show you. First of all, got all this thread, funnily enough, in Lidl when I went and did that food shop the other day. If you don't know what Lidl is, it's a supermarket. Each one of them's got 500 meters on it. And this was £4.99, which is not bad in the slightest, considering I usually pay between £1 and £1 something for each of these. So 20 lots of 500 meter thread, that's a mouthful, for £4.99 is a bargain in my opinion. So I've got 5 white, I think 5 black, which is the ones I use the most. I did sit and wind a bunch of bobbins up yesterday, which took me hours because my bobbin winder stitch with my machine doesn't work well, so I have to kind of manually do it. But then we seem to have dark grey, light grey, navy, sky blue, a forest green, which is what I would use for my juniper scrunchies, beige, a yellow, a red, brown, and more of a darker beige. So I couldn't leave that behind for only £4.99. Quite a bargain. And then finally, the last thing I want to show you is just a really sweet, amazing gift that I received. I had no idea this was coming and it was really lovely to open it yesterday. I was a bit confused at first because I was like, what have I bought that's coming all the way from Canada? But one of my lovely family members sent me a gift which was absolutely amazing. I get a bit like, oh, flustered because I never think I deserve gifts and I feel a bit guilty when people send me stuff, but it really made my day. So Shelley, thank you so much. This is so kind and I will show you guys in a second, but she sent me a wonderful card and Shelley, it's lovely. Thank you so much. But Shelley has made these and she has mentioned in the card that she doesn't sell them, but she has made them, and as far as I'm aware, they're crochet. Not majorly educated on knit, crochet, and the sorry if you can hear Koshka showing his head off, and the different types of that sort of craft. So if I'm wrong, please correct me, but I believe it is crochet. Anyone who can do that sort of craft is so talented. These are beautiful. Is this chenille the type of yarn? I'm not sure, but it's so soft. It's like, oh, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's so soft. But these are gorgeous. Shelley, thank you so much. But how incredible are these? I can show you. My camera does struggle with focus at the minute, but they are crocheted scrunchies, which is amazing. How anyone can do this is beyond me. I have just washed my hair and I'm doing my best to try and wear it down more because I never wear it down, but the chances are I will be throwing my hair up in one of these later. But I've got an all black one, which is definitely my cup of tea, kind of a staple, and this beautiful purple one. I'm sorry, my focus is really struggling today, but it's a mix of purples, lilacs and whites. Can we get it to focus? There we go. Oh, it's so soft and so like squishy. These are amazing. They're so well made. So Shelley, you are one talented being, and thank you so much. I am so grateful. You did not have to do this, but you're amazing. Thank you. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys those. How incredible. I just love talented people, like this amazing creative talented people in the world, and I will treasure this card as well. So speaking of family members, Victoria has recently joined. So Victoria, thank you so much for joining the Fauna Rose family memberships. I hope you like all the extra content. I'm very, very grateful to have your support. I think what I'm going to do is head out, get my little running around errands sorted, get that over with so I can then come back and spend the rest of the day cracking on. It is coming up to 11:30, so I think it's probably best to do that before it gets too hot, because it gets really hot about 3 p.m. currently. So if I'm home, I can just chill out and not be overstimulated. So I might take some footage while I'm out and about. If not, I'll catch you guys in a bit. I'm back. I did some damage. Iced coffee because it's boiling, but I did just spend a lot more money than I was planning on spending. I did have to buy a car battery because if you're new here you won't know this. If you're not new here, sorry if you've heard this all before, but my other half, his car broke earlier this year, so we've had to replace it. He's currently out of areas, but by the time this video goes live he'll be back. And his new car, well, I say new, it's new to us, got delivered a few days ago, and annoyingly enough, on the brand new tyre that had been put on, there was a big nail in it, which was fabulous. And then the day after I went to leave for work, my car wouldn't start. Well, it wouldn't open at first, so I was hoping it was just the key fob battery. It wasn't. Luckily I have managed to get the tyre fixed on Alex's car. I also, for the first time ever, jump started a car. Well, I tried to, and nothing. My little peanut car just won't do anything. So I'm really, really hoping it is just the battery, because I have just gone and picked one up. When Alex is back, he's going to swap it out and stuff. We'll see. Let's really, really hope so, because the MOT is also due next week. So let's hope. But I did pop into B&M, so if you're from the UK you'll know what B&M is. We all love a browse around B&M. I kept seeing this in there. It's an air purifier. I've been looking at these and air conditioning situations for the house, but they're quite pricey. So when we saw this, it was only £39. Saw it again today and thought, do you know what, just give it a go, because the pollen count's really bad at the minute. I'm constantly in here around fabric dust and stuff, and I'm very conscious of inhaling that. I need to look after the cats and stuff, so I was like, do you know what, let's just give it a go. I'm going to set this up in a bit while I sew, and we'll see if it's any good. Grabbed a pack of face masks. They were only £1 because, like I said, there's fabric dust all around here. I've started sewing and cutting fabric and stuff while wearing a mask recently because I gotta look after my lungs. And then while I was in B&M, I was so happy to see these. I can't remember if I've mentioned this yet on the vlogs, but I really wanted some PV. It says PVA. I thought it was PVC. But anyway, I wanted some of these for when I go to markets, because I usually put all of my scrunchies in the big plastic boxes, the big storage boxes I have, and they're great and that works well, don't get me wrong. However, they're obviously big boxes, and if I ever can't go to a market with Alex, which I've had to cancel markets recently, I can't use his car or anything, there's only so much that I can actually fit into my car. So I wanted to actually get some bags and have them in bags instead, because I feel like bags are a little bit more squishable. I can't force a box in a space that it's not going to fit in, but bags I might be able to, because scrunchies obviously they're quite durable in terms of squish. So I found a pack of 3 for £6 in B&M. I was so happy to see these. Oh, these are perfect. Obviously they're flat packed right now so you can't really see, but they're like the perfect size and they've got a little handle on, so I'm thinking of having all my scrunchies in these instead. They flat pack right down, fold them up so I can put them in like a drawer or something. They're not just going to be another big box lying around and stuff. So happy. I did pick this up from Poundland. It wasn't quite the thing I was after, but I thought just in case I can't find the actual thing I'm after, this will just do. And this was only 80p, but it's an anti-slip mat, and my plan is to potentially cut this up and use it for another fun craft. Not necessarily for the shop, I'm not sure, but I basically needed this rubbery anti-slip texture thing, and then I found them when I went to B&M, so I picked this up and I'm probably going to use both. But it's like this little waffle texture, but it's rubbery, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that was £1, so I got them. So they are technically for the business, but not, kind of more personal, crafty use. Just a fun little project I'm going to do. And then apart from just another folder wallet, just to organise tax stuff, I think that's all I got for the small business. This was £1.40. That's specific. Cleo has climbed inside that bag. You alright in there, mate? She's in here. I did not get you from B&M. Anyone else's cat's obsessed with bags? Like, all three of ours are obsessed with bags. I'm going to quickly tidy up because I've just made a bit of a mess, and then set this air purifier up, and then let's do some sewing. I did throw my hair up into that scrunchie. It's so cute, I love it. Thank you, Shelley. Got the air purifier on. I'm sorry if you can hear that running. What I'm going to do is get these all sewn up into scrunchie tubes. They can then join the other scrunchie tubes in that bag, ready to have the elastic added. And then I might see if I can start sewing up a bunch of the wristlets that we made the other day, because we've got a lot to sew. So I'm going to pop my headphones on, get my mask on, and let's get sewing. There we go, that's all those done. I just need to cut off the threads and flip them inside out. So this is the before and the after. So what I think I'm going to do is add the elastic to these, just so then they're done. And I might grab the other ones as well. So all these ones that are in here that I did yesterday, get all the elastic on these as well. I think there's some Miley XLs, but I think the rest are minis. Ignoring how red and shiny I am. This is where we are up to. There's quite a lot in there. I still have maybe just over 10 left, and I've run out of elastic. Luckily I have more here, so I do need to cut a bunch of this up and burn the edges into pre-cut strips so I can get those finished off. And I think I am actually going to do the finishing seams on these. As much as I really want to get started on doing my wristlets, I'm very good at jumping between tasks and just doing this, then doing this, then doing this. So I'm thinking just get all these done. They can then go in that bag of the other ones that are ready to go. Just need the threads cut in. I can do that when I'm watching telly or something one night, and then if I've got time or if I can be bothered, I will do some wristlets. But it's already 5 to 5, so I'm not happy with where I'm at in terms of items and the amount of work I've done for Fauna Rose this weekend. I know it can't be helped, and I need to tell myself sometimes life gets in the way, and also I deserve a day off and a morning off. I struggle with that massively. To me, time off means I can focus on Fauna Rows and I can work on Fauna Rows because I love it, but I also deserve to do other things. I'm allowed to do housework, I'm allowed to go and run errands, do a little bit of shopping, and that's okay. It's just very hard for me to switch off. I then feel guilty. Does anyone else get like that who has a small business? I end up feeling really guilty if I am not putting everything into my work and into the business. So I'm telling myself it's okay. I don't have to constantly have mountains and mountains of work done every single day, if that makes sense. Let's get some elastic sorted, get these scrunchies finished up. Right, so they're all done. We still can fit loads more scrunchies in there. I wouldn't want it to be too heavy so that it wouldn't like rip, but there are so many scrunchies in there and there's still like loads of room. See how much room's still at the top there? But I'm glad they're done. I will cut the threads on those another time. So I think I am going to squeeze in a little bit of sewing on the wristlets just while I've got the sewing machine out and everything. But it is 10 to 6, so I'm not going to be doing it for too long. But let's see if we can get at least some sewing started with the wristlets. I was determined to get these done, but I am in pain. I can't really spend a lot of time in the same position at the minute because my body just starts to burn and I was really struggling, but I was determined to power through. It is 7:15, so I am probably going to call it a day, but I've done all the white coloured thread ones. I've got one Nova wristlet and a bunch of Miss Daisy ones which need black thread, so I will have to change out the thread in my machine, but I'm not doing that today. But I'm so glad that all of these are done. There's still plenty more steps to do when it comes to my wristlets, so I still need to sew them in half, sew the label on. I then need to glue and clamp the hardware into place, so it's still lots of steps, but this is the new one that's going to be dropping with the autumn collection, which is really exciting. So we've been productive, we've got stuff done, we've had a chill, and I'm ready to smash out loads of work tomorrow, which is going to be Monday morning. But I'm going to leave this video here. I'm not sure how long this one's going to be, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you could give it a massive thumbs up and leave me a comment down below, it really does help out my channel. Summertime's always really quiet for my small business, so any support that way really helps me out. If you aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you want to check out all the links down below, my social media, my website, and my family memberships where you can subscribe for more content and things like that, have a nosy down below in the description. But apart from that, thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye!